Hey sis, I need to tell you something that's been happening to me. I wake up every day at 3 a.m. like clockwork. I don't even need an alarm. It's like my body just decides, nope, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. It's time for you to be awake. Like right now. And the first few times it happened, I thought maybe I drank too much water before I went to bed. Or maybe I was stressed about something that had happened during the day. But it kept happening. It kept happening. Same time, almost every single night. So I'm lying there in the dark. I'm staring at the ceiling. And my mind starts to run. My mind is racing. Not about anything in particular, no. It's just racing. Thinking about my to-do list. Thinking about something I said earlier on in the day. Thinking about nothing and everything at the same time. I'll close my eyes. And I'll try to will myself back to sleep. I'll come backwards. I'll take deep breaths. Nothing worked. And the clock was just sitting there on my nightstand, taunting me. 3:14 a.m., then 3:32 a.m., 3:51 a.m. I'm watching the minutes pass, knowing I have to be up in a few hours, yeah? Getting more anxious about not sleeping, which somehow makes it even harder for me to fall asleep. And I remember one specific night vividly. I'd had a long day at work. I was beyond exhausted. I fell asleep almost the second my head hit the pillow. And I thought finally this is going to be a good night. Because I was tired, right? But nope. 3 a.m. wide awake like somebody flipped the on switch. And that night, my mind didn't just wander. It locked into one thought and it wouldn't let it go. Something small that happened earlier on in the day. A comment somebody had made that was completely insignificant during the day, but at 3 a.m. in the dark, it felt gigantic. It felt enormous. And I replayed it over and over and over again in my mind, building a story around it that probably had nothing to do with reality. Sis, by the time my alarm went off for real, I'd barely slept and I had to drag myself through an entire day, running on fumes. I was irritated. I was foggy. I was mad at everybody. I was short with people and I didn't mean to be short with them. Some nights I just laid there in the dark, wide awake, feeling like the only person on earth, wide awake at that hour. Like the whole world is supposed to be sleeping, except for me. Maybe you know that feeling, sis. Or maybe somebody around you knows this feeling and you've heard about it. Maybe you've laid there too, wondering why your body decided 3 a.m. was a good time to clock in without getting paid. And here's what I've learned. This isn't insomnia in the way we usually think about it. No. During perimenopause, shifting hormonal levels, especially drops in progesterone, directly affect your sleep cycle. Progesterone has a calming effect on your nervous system, almost like your body's natural sedative. So as it fluctuates and dips, it can pull you right out of deep sleep into that wide awake, wired feeling in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. in the morning. Cortisol, the stress hormone, plays a role too. Your stress hormone naturally rises in the early morning hours to help you wake up. But during perimenopause, that rise can happen earlier and sharper than what it used to, which is part of why 3 a.m. specifically tends to be the hour so many of us find ourselves staring at the ceiling. So sis, it's not that you're doing something wrong. No. It's not too much stress or too much caffeine or a bad mattress, although those things can actually make it worse. Your body is going through a real hormonal shift. A hormonal shift that disrupts the sleep you used to take completely for granted. But here is something else happening in your body, sis. Those quiet 3 a.m. hours, It's in the stillness when there's nothing to distract you that all your unprocessed thoughts and worries decide to show up. The ones you're too busy to sit with during the day because you're at work or you're taking care of anyone else or everybody else, or you're just busy moving through your day, busy moving through life. They wait for you in the dark. When you finally have nowhere else to put your attention, then they start to pummel. They start to come up. So those nights aren't just about hormones. They're also about everything you're carrying that doesn't have anywhere else to go. I don't have a perfect fix for you, sis. I wish I did. But I've started doing a few things that help me. I keep a notebook, or should I say journal, by my bed now. And when my mind starts to run, when my mind is racing, I write it down. Instead of trying to hold it all in my head, I just get it out of my mind and onto paper. I do a brain dump to take some of the weight off. I stop looking at the clock because watching the clock or the minute pass by just makes it worse. I started to develop nighttime anxiety or midnight anxiety. So now I just turn it away from me, so I'm not even tempted to look at the clock. And I try to remind myself, even at 3 a.m., in the dark, in the middle of the night, half frustrated and half exhausted, that this season will pass. It will not last forever. Especially when it feels endless in that moment. Some nights that thought helps me drift back off to sleep. Some nights it doesn't, and I just have to make peace with being awake for a while. If you've been waking up at 3 a.m. or 2:30 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the morning and wondering what's wrong with you, nothing is wrong with you. Your body is moving through something real, and you're not alone in that dark, quiet hour, even though it feels like it. Type 3 a.m. club in the comment section if this is you. This is Sisterhood with Dr. Mo, where even the middle of the night moments get talked about. Subscribe because we're just getting started. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, stay healthy.